Okay, I've been approached with a person that has a problem with a model 1886 Portuguese. Some people call it a Kropatschek, but I pronounce it Kropatschek rifle. Basically, the guy says he can't get the bolt in. So I dug mine out. We're going to take a real close look at it. First thing I'm going to do is going to take the bolt out. Now, this button here is a magazine cutoff. Okay, have that pointing down. It shuts off the magazine mechanism. Okay, so these parts ain't going to move. First step is, much like the 71 Mauser, this has a washer and a screw. This particular gun, you can remove it all the way. One of the Mausers, this screw does not come out all the way. I don't know if it's the 71 or the 7184, but you got to be careful. So, we're going to remove the screw. It fell down, and then take out the washer. Now, this frees up the bolt to go past. It would stop here. This is like an added stop. But as you see, it does not come out because you have to pull the trigger and get the sear to drop down. Then the bolt comes out. So, in trying to solve this problem, let's first take a look inside the receiver here. Hold on a second. Okay, now hopefully you can see. What we have here is the sear. It's connected to the trigger. And that moves there. This here, this mechanism, as he said, is part of the magazine cutoff. And as you see, when you move this magazine cutoff lever, only this little piece here moves. And what that does is allow probably the actuation of the floor plate. Okay? So, alright, hold on, I have to get it back into the other position. It's kind of difficult to do this. Okay, I may have found a problem. If you have the bolt out and push this plate down with the lever up, when you go to push the bolt in, no matter what you do, the bolt will not close or go past this. Okay, now you're in a position where you're stuck. Okay, so to get out of this, or to stop this, you take this lever here and push it downward. Okay, and that should clear it out. Now I think the guy told me he tried that, but we're just going to go over all the possibilities. That's one way of jamming this gun where you can't get the bolt in. Now, if that's the mechanism you're speaking about here, okay, and if you have got the floor plate back up, and this will not go in after depressing the trigger, much like this, okay, I don't know, but I'll try to zoom in. To get the bolt in, this is what it should all look like here. Sear, this and that. I think you can see the mechanism with that lever pointed down. Okay? This is how it should be. The bolt will go in. Now, another problem is if you've done all this and you're still having problems, let's take a look at the bolt. Now, I did ask a question when you purchased a rifle. Did this problem happen after you took the bolt out? Or as you answered me, yes, you purchased the gun and the bolt was out of the gun when you bought it. You may not have the correct bolt, or something might be wrong with the bolt. So, let's look at the bolt, the way it comes out of the gun, the best I can. Okay, your face should look like that. Have that there's like a chamfer or lip there. That should be on there. If that's been machined square and somebody's fooled with the bolt, people like to do that so you don't have to taper the cartridges. It's that radius or chamfer up in here on the bolt face. But that's what it should look like there. Also, the Kropatschek bolts have this little recess in there. That's what it should look like, flag safety and that. And that's your extractor and all the other fun stuff. It's almost like a GRA extractor. Now, the key part is this side here. If you notice, you know, there's a slot and a wider slot. Study this over good. This is what it should look like, okay? Starting from there. If this doesn't have the slots in it, that's where that mechanism comes in. You know, that one thing protruding goes through there. And this is how the magazine cutoff works, is by hitting the different shoulders and that, I guess, on this. Alright, so your bolt should have, you have to excuse my hand here, one slot running here all the way through the bolt body itself. The slot comes up to the head should be aligned like this. The slot should marry up, and there should be a smaller one right there like that. Make sure that your bolt looks like this, okay? If the bolt doesn't look like this, or this, you know, I don't have the weapon here, I can't compare it, but this is what a proper bolt should look like. You told me you bought a gun with a bolt out of it. Somebody could have put the wrong bolt with the gun, and unless you have an example to see, like this, you will not know if it's correct or not. It could be similar, but not right. So I hope this helps you. I'm going to try to get this video up quick. You know, study the bolt, and then send me a message telling me if it worked or not, or, you know, if we got to go further and disassemble the gun.